welcome back to Nick's Drum Lessons. I'm Nick. Today's lesson is going to be the versatility of a New Orleans beat, or sometimes referred to as a second line beat or second line drumming. So we're going to take one of these kind of beats and we're going to show you how to use it in different styles and show you the versatility and how to embellish it as well. All right, so long story short, the rhythm, or quote, the New Orleans rhythm that we're going to use is kind of similar to what's heard in the meter song, Hey Pocky Away. If you haven't heard this song, definitely pause this for a moment, look up Hey Pocky Away, get a feel for the song, and you'll hear that snare drum cadence as well as with that bass drum doing the rhythm 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, like I said, it's going to be shuffled slightly. You know, kind of the weird thing with New Orleans is it's kind of meeting in the middle. It's not exactly hardcore shuffled. It's not necessarily straight eighth notes. It's more kind of fitting in the middle. So it's more sassy-like, okay? Sassy is a technical term. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Take a listen to that on the snare drum, and you'll see that basically my right hand is on the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, and my left's on the uhs. So that was the shuffled eighth notes, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And now I'm going to put the accent in there. This is where people get a little thrown off with it because your right hand is the first accent, your left is the second accent, and then the last one is another right. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, left, right, right. Left, right, right. Take a listen to this and take your time with it, okay? You want it to feel and be dynamically just right. All right, so add the bass drum on top of those accents. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. And you're going to do a heel-toe technique on your left foot so that you can snap the 2 and 4. I really suggest just taking your time with just the feet alone just to get that kind of cadence down. All right, cool. That already sounds pretty hip. Hip is a technical term. Sorry to use so much corny words here. But anyway, so check it out. You've got the beat, all right? Now, just to establish and embellish that, you can stay put on the snare drum and you can start to move your accents around to the toms or even some of the crashes and rides just to color the painting a little better, okay? Check it out. Already, it sounds way cooler, and again, it gives it a little bit more life to it, so you don't have to just stay put on the snare drum, you can start moving it over there. Now, here's the point of the lesson, okay? Once you establish this, which is not easy to begin with as far as feel and dynamics, you gotta get it just sassy enough, all right? How do we start to use it, okay? I always tell my students, especially young ones who are trying out for jazz band, you must know a New Orleans beat. Why? Are you actually gonna be playing a New Orleans, like, beat anytime soon or song in like a middle school or high school band? No, you're not, okay? However, you are going to end up playing 2-feel, 4-feel, and just regular jazz or swing a lot. And you are going to see 2-measure fills, 4-measure solos, 8-measure solos, and there's nothing more catchier for a drummer to then break from a swing pattern into a New Orleans beat, okay? You hear it kind of a lot in big band, especially the Gene Krupa style where it's big thunderous toms and it's still driving a beat. So I'm going to play some traditional just swing, all right? And I'm going to bust into it on the snare drum. You're also going to see me cut back and forth and go to the floor tom. You're going to hear that basically it sounds very big band and it's very useful, okay? And all it is that New Orleans beat, okay? Check it out. So as you can see, already very practical. And again, you use that within your solos in jazz band in your middle school, heck, even up to your college years, or even just on a normal gig. If you're so lucky to get a big band gig, they are fun. Very useful to have that New Orleans pattern in your back of your head. And what's cool is, and what's easiest is that when you're doing your traditional swing, your foot is already doing a 2 and 4, which is already incorporated into New Orleans. So that's kind of your crossover, as well as the fact that they're both shuffled, you know. So, long story short, sounds great in a jazz swing kind of situation. All right, now the next one is, all right, I am not in a swing band, but I am in a classic rock band. Okay, for a lot of my students who are in their later years, I'll just say that, and they want to join their classic rock band, and you know the big crowd says drum solo, drum solo. Again, it sounds nothing better than a New Orleans. Now I'm going to take it with kind of a honky-tonk woman kind of 8th note rock rhythm, and watch me bust into this New Orleans pattern if I were to do a solo, okay, around it. Check it out. So it sounds great in your classic rock situation, okay? How about you're in your R&B, you're in a funky groove, a la, let's say, kind of Chameleon-esque, maybe a little bit more shuffle. Chameleon is a Herbie Hancock song. So watch me, I'll do kind of a Chameleon type beat, kind of slightly shuffled, and again, I'll bust into the New Orleans kind of as a fill, or even just maybe even a 4-bar solo. And again, it will float back and forth just perfectly. Take a listen. Sounds great in that, okay? Now, another one, it's a little bit of a stretch, but it sounds really cool against it. Now, I'm going to end up straightening out the New Orleans pattern a little bit, but it sounds really magnificent and hooks up well with a Mambo pattern, okay? So I'll do a regular kind of 2-3 Mambo pattern, and again, I'll bust into that New Orleans pattern. Sounds great. Check it out. So as you can see, once you know the New Orleans pattern, even the most basic one, it's very versatile. You could use it in your rock, your jazz, your Latin, your funk, and everything in between, okay? As long as you use it tastefully, okay? So if you have any questions, contact me at nicksdrumlessons.com. You can see the PDF of this lesson there. And if you have any questions, again, contact me, comment down below in YouTube. And until the next video, have fun. Thanks.